Scott, in talking to them, one of the things that I heard repeatedly was it's not a lot of egos on this team. I mean, have you seen that?
I like that. So far, so good. Really enjoyed our trip to Germany, and I thought that really gave us a great jump start for the season. The team gets along. There's no cliques. A lot of guys in similar situations, meaning kind of chip on the shoulder. Normally in preseason polls, they have us higher than we are right now. So I think a lot of people excited to have a chance to prove people wrong, and excited. Some of them obviously new places, new opportunities for us coaches. It was a chance for us to reset because a lot of times you want to keep carryover in what you're doing because you have 50 or 75% of the team coming back. But this was a good reset for us to change some terminology and things like that as well.
Scott, I know you would have liked to have everybody over there, but was there some benefit in maybe just doing it with what you had over in Germany and maybe getting more out of some guys than you really expected?
Yeah, most definitely. It was a B experience from the standpoint you didn't have everybody to make it an A, but for everybody that was over there, great learning experience for them, and for us coaches working with those people under situations you're going to have all year long, which are real games and real competition, and it allowed our staff to bond, and with Coach Sanchez now and Coach Henson, Coach Hunt in their second years, so to figure things out, and for players that Cam hadn't played all last year to get playing experience, and for other guys that played under Baylor basketball for the first time, put on the Baylor uniform, just know what's expected, how we want it done. That was a huge blessing, and let alone in a great atmosphere and event.
With all the new guys coming in this year, how did you go about compiling a roster with so many new faces, and how do you feel like they've gelled so far?
Well, I mean, right here we got the pictures of everybody, and so coaches, we're not great with names, so we have numbers. But I can tell you that I know we've talked about having more summer access, more hours, and with such new teams, and that's why when you have a foreign tour, it's a huge benefit. And when you have actually, I know everybody by now, so I don't need them, but I know everybody else. So the great thing for us is you feel like you've had first year under your belt already, and first semester. But in the beginning, it was it took a minute just to learn everyone's name.
Scott, this is such a rare experience you have this year, building a roster completely from scratch. Can you just talk about what you see after spending time with these guys, what the ceiling for this team is?
Yeah. I can tell you that a lot more size, a lot more length. I think defensively we could take a step forward compared to what we've done the last couple years. And then offensively, it's an adjustment from the standpoint. I think we've had a lot of smaller guards, explosive guards, and now we got a bigger team. And just put them in positions to be successful. Last 13 out of 14 years, we've had a top 25 offense. This will be a different offense, so I think we're going to have to work to make that happen, meaning coaches change what we do, how we do things to fit our personnel, which we do every year, but this is a little bit more than we've done. And then at the same time, having the summer to blend and get guys used to playing with each other, hopefully will be a big benefit.
Hi, Coach. In the back, with Caden being from Midway and Drew Perry being from Dallas, how important is it that you're able to get local kids and to keep it that way?
Well, Texas is such a great state when it comes to talent and players that understand the Big 12, Baylor basketball, and what excellence we demand and want. It's Caden. It's a true blessing to have somebody from Waco on the team. I know his mom's been with us a lot longer at the law school, but I know just what the jersey means to him. and what a great teammate and leader he's been on the team. And with so many new guys, he definitely gave them the shortcut versions of where to eat, where to go, what to do in Waco.
Coach, something the guys had talked about is how it was kind of nice coming in knowing that everybody was a new guy. Nobody felt like they were left out. It was kind of a chance they got to bond over it. Yeah. Did you notice that from them, kind of just all coming in, ready to like have a clean slate?
Well,
and
there
bond?
is something. I mean, you go on trips with the team at the beginning of the year, or spring training for baseball, but with everybody experiencing things for the first time, I do think that does help bond and bring people closer together. It's not something I really want to do every year, but that definitely is an advantage and a positive thing. I think everybody came in with similar expectations as far as they want to be great teammates, they want to be a part of a great culture, but experiencing things for the first time together, that's a great thing that brings them closer.
Coach, going back to Shaji's question, you've had guys from Killeen. Have you seen basketball in this area, especially in Waco, grow in your estimation over your 20-plus years here?
Yeah, good question. We've had a lot of great athletes from Waco in Central Texas. I think with basketball, a lot of times height leads to Division I, and I think basketball is something that has been really good in this area, but I think we haven't had a lot of 7-footers in Waco either. So I know Mamadou's 6-year-old is 7 foot, but we will have some big kids in the future, I know, and it's great that Caden is somebody that can be an inspiration, role model for everybody in the city.
Did I hear that Perez tore his ACL?
Yes.
Yeah. Is that everybody else healthy? Guys, you kind of go into it?
Still waiting on Bodo to get cleared for practice, but he's been progressing. You're always in sports, it's a contact sport, and in basketball you're going to have injuries, and you just pray they're not long-term. Unfortunately, Perez is.
I talked to Tunde and asked him what his expectations for himself were, and you'll smile at this, but the first thing he said was Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, and then
Might be the first time I've heard that. That's pretty good. Yeah, I like that.
And but then he went on to say that most important to him was a national championship. I mean, seems like that guy's got it figured out.
Yeah. Well, again, when we recruit players, it doesn't matter if it's for 3 or 4 years or if it's quick in the portal. I think number one thing is who fits our culture and who can represent Baylor University, Waco, Central Texas in a way that can make us all proud. And you don't always get everything right. We're all saved through grace, but for the most part, that's really important to us. And it's a good group, and they've done well in the classroom. Been great in the community, represented us well overseas. A lot of the U.S. delegation and people just commented how professionally they acted and were, and how kind and how much they enjoyed having them represent the USA.
Scott, obviously you got a chance to see him over there. You'd seen him play with you guys a little bit, but Ratai, what does he bring you, and how much are you expecting out of him?
Yeah, we liked practicing against him here and practicing with him here, but really didn't like playing against him in Germany. He was all conference there, did a great job for Germany. But he's somebody with a lot of versatility that can really handle and pass it. Somebody like the old, when they say point forwards, I mean, he's got a lot of that in him. So a big guard who's really improved his scoring. When he came to the States, he was known more for his defense and rebounding, and then his offense has really developed. But great teammate. You could tell how much our guys liked him when we got over there. Opening ceremony, it was the first time the guys saw him, besides the scrimmage part, and just how much they hung out and enjoyed him. It was awesome.
You mentioned the change in some of the terminology. Now there's enough roster turnover. It doesn't really feel like a new thing so much.
Yeah.
How much of a philosophical shift has there been where you can say we can kind of reinvent certain aspects of this program?
Yeah, I think every year you try to make things better. You try to improve. You always want to be better than you were the previous year. At the same time, like if you've had players in the program for 2 or 3 years, there's an advantage for them knowing certain things, terminology, offense, defensive sets. And when everybody's starting brand new, you can really start from scratch. And I know we have a lot of former staff members in the Big 12 too. They know all our calls, so it's nice to change some of them up.
You talked about Perez with the ACL tear. This is now the 4th or 5th year in a row that a player on your team has had a similar knee injury in that realm.
Yeah.
And as the NBA tries to figure out how to end such injuries like the Achilles tears, what do you think basketball as a whole needs to do?
That's a great question. In the first 17 years, 1 ACL injury. Last 5 years, 5. As you analyze it, I know there was a Sports Illustrated article several years ago talking about players are so sports specific at a young age, and the overuse of the same muscles where back in the day you used to play 3-4 sports. You didn't train year around. And I know it's come to fruition in some instances for us. And I mean, the NBA, look at the Achilles injuries this year. But I think I look at our 5 ACL injuries, and a couple of them were non-contact, beginning of the year, first couple days here, in a game later in the season. So there's not something you can say, hey, this is when it is, this is how we can correct it. It's kind of like the roulette wheel. Sometimes it's black, black, black. Sometimes red, red, red. We're on a bad streak right here, 5-5.
Coach, talking to a couple of players, they did talk about having chips on their shoulder because trying to prove people wrong with this whole new roster, especially with this, looking at last year's team. Do you like the sense of competitiveness that this team has, that they want to prove people wrong and want to have a successful season?
I think every coach wants to have a motivated group, guys with a chip on their shoulder, something to prove. At the same time, I know the season's young and early. Everybody's excited for media day and the first couple practices. We do have the opportunity to work with them in the summer on a limited role, and that gives you a feel for the team. But what we've been impressed with as a staff so far, again, and hopefully this continues, is just they like one another. They don't want to let each other down. They don't have egos. And you always fight harder for people you enjoy. You always work harder for people you like working with. And as long as we keep that attitude, stay hungry, I think we do want to prove things as a group this year. And excited to do that. It's the old hunter-hunted mentality. You got to be great at both when you sustain a program. But obviously this year we're not going in the season in anybody's top 10. So we got something to prove.
Royden, to wrap us up.
Coach, looking at the schedule here, obviously you have some tournament teams on here as well, like you've been known to do in the past, but you also have some games that feels like these players can maybe get their feet under them. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about your early season schedule and then that lead into the Big 12? I know it's early days now, but.
Yeah, I think the 2 exhibitions will get us in front of fans with them with the uniform on, see what that's like. Normally we do private scrimmages. This time when we do GCU, it'll be open to the public, so our guys will get a chance to play in the Foster with a crowd, see what that's like. Playing in Indianapolis will be a great feel for them. And then after that, right away, you start with 3 home games. And early in the year, I know every coach is more nervous, not knowing exactly how people perform when the lights come on. But having 3 home games is definitely a better way to start than 3 road games. So hopefully we get off to a good start. And I know Washington's somebody that they have picked quite high in a lot of the preseason polls, and that'll be a great early test, as will the other 2 home games.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you guys.